Hi, my name's Joe Mina. We had a difficult time during the recession after 2008 with my family, and we're struggling to pay bills and make ends meet. We fell behind on our mortgage, and somewhere around the 2014, 2015 timeframe, I spoke with Lee, and we were finding out what is bankruptcy all about. We were really scared. We'd heard bad things about it, and Lee did a really great job of explaining what it was. At the time, we chose not to file. We thought we could make it without bankruptcy. Things got even worse, and we wound up getting to the point where our house was going to be foreclosed on, and we sought a bankruptcy lawyer in the new area that we had moved to, and eventually filed bankruptcy. We were looking at Chapter 7 in 2015, but by the time 2018 came around, we were at Chapter 13. One of the things during my bankruptcy, I was frequently watching Lee's content, and every single thing he said struck a nerve with me. He was spot on in the decision making, the realizations we had as a family, the realizations I had as to what bankruptcy was and what it wasn't, and that it truly is a tool. It's not something to be scared of. And people get scared from it because I think that the bankers want us to be scared of it because they know that they can lose their money. But it really was a great tool, and it resonated with me. I think you should file sooner rather than later. If you're in a point where there is no way you think you can get out and you're making up stories in your head about how you can do it, just file. Your bankruptcy attorney will advise you very strongly one way or the other. No one's going to force you into bankruptcy if they see a way out. But in general, it's impossible to get out from under what many of us have been in, and file sooner rather than later. I wish that we had filed in 2015. If I had, I would be remaining in the house that I raised my children in the same area that I was at, rather than having a journey that took me to another state and then back to another area of Pennsylvania eventually. Be religious with those payments. Do not do anything that's going to jeopardize the payments. There is a system, and it should work for you. We actually were fairly comfortable during our repayment period. The bankruptcy court, who you wind up going through with your bankruptcy attorney, was very fair in how they determined what our disposable income was, and it's that disposable income that they take the payments from. If it weren't for my discussions with Lee in 2015, we would not have sought out the bankruptcy attorney in the other state, because at that point, Lee kind of really, just the way he discussed it, the way he explained it to us, it was great. And that was, like I said, when we were filing in 2018, after we got into the somewhere around the middle of 2019, early 2020, we realized what a great pool that we had there. And I could just see things coming to fruition that were directly what Lee was talking about and what he was when he was explaining the process. And he was very good at explaining the process, explaining what to expect, explaining the time frame. It's a rough 5 to 7 years, depending on what bankruptcy you're going through. But you learn a lot more about how to manage your money, manage your time, manage yourself. And it's definitely something that I wish we had listened to Lee to begin with.